What's up, everyone? Gen X guy here. Do a little live stream for you today. See if we can get a few people in here. Hope everyone's doing well. A lot of big news today. I figured I'd do a live stream to cover it. Lots of stuff going on today. I guess what we'll do is we'll jump right on in. Let's look at Bitcoin. What's Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin got up to about 116. This is on the hourly chart. 116. Come off of it a little bit. Everything was going pretty well today. Things are tamed off a little bit. Come down. We look at the NASDAQ. Still doing great. I think we may have busted an all-time high. Dow's come down a little bit. Let's see, what's Ethereum doing here? Let me find ETH. There's ETH right there. Yep. Looks like we're dropping a little hard right now. I wonder if we've got some news, some unexpected news, or just people just selling off. Anyway, Bitcoin, ETH, been on a climb recently. That's good. We'll take it. The markets overall is scrolling down through here. Crypto market, we're just kind of chopping along here. Some things doing better than others. The big winners for the day, HBAR, and we're about to talk about that. We've got great news today. We've got the Solana, Hedera, and Litecoin ETFs that have launched. That's good. We've got AI job layoffs. We've got big companies making big announcements with job losses that are happening. I've been warning about that, and it's starting to happen. They're looking to replace a lot of these workers with AI and robot technology, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. And then I think we're going to have rate cuts tomorrow. Powell, I'd be shocked if he didn't, but it looks like we're probably going to get some rate cuts, so that's good. We'll see what happens there. Big winners today, HBAR, one of the big ones, Tau, and then everything else is just kind of chopping along for the week. Jupiter doing well, Hex, Aerodrome, Virtual, HBAR, Trump coin. So not bad. We're doing okay. Can't have all green days all the time. On our bull indicator, peak indicators, we're still in the hold. We haven't really hit these. I think we hit one of them a couple weeks ago. Don't remember which one it was, but I know we did hit one of these. All these indicators tell us if any of these turn. If you can see up here, hold, sell. Once we start getting these in the sell territory, that means we're looking to hit the top of the bull market. We'll see. This has been hanging around here, but I like to just look at it periodically just to see what's going on. All right, let's hit the news. Saw this morning. OpenAI has asked the U.S. government to massively expand its energy capacity to stay ahead of the artificial intelligence. Filing to the White House, OpenAI called for 100 gigawatts of new power each year to close the electron gap with China. We need more power. I don't think that's a surprise. And I think people are saying that this could be our downfall with AI is we don't have enough energy to power it all. We'll see. And there's been a lot of moves. We'll cover that here in this some of these posts here and articles that I found today. I mean, a lot going on right now. Google purchasing nuclear power. They just did a deal, I guess, with Nextra Energy, NEE. They plan to restart a nuclear power plant in Iowa to supply Google data centers. This is pretty big. It's a 615 megawatt plant that shut down in 2020 before the AI boom. And they expect it's going to start delivering power again in 2029. So that's a ways away, but hey, better late than never. So there's you're going to see a lot of these tech companies start to really move in on energy plays. And I think energy is going to be a sector to watch here. That's probably going to be as big as tech. So I'm watching it close. We need more power. It's just all there is to it. And nuclear power is the big one that we're going to get. And you can see nuclear energy is the most promising solution to our global energy shortage. Power will be the most valued commodity in the world. I agree with that. I think that is going to be a big deal. So we'll see what happens there. As far as Powell and cutting the rates, looks like 98% chance of a quarter point tomorrow. 2% chance of a 50 basis point cut. I don't think we're going to see 50. I think we're going to see the 25, a quarter point is what's going to happen. I don't think you're going to see much more than that. So we'll see. I saw this too. Western Union to launch stablecoin on Solana in 2026. You're going to see more and more of this. Solana, it's one of my favorite, and it is looking good right now. We're about to talk more about that here in just a minute, but Western Union launching a stable coin, that's pretty big. I think you're starting to see a lot of institutions starting to really flock towards the crypto space. The opportunity is there. Now's the time. So I saw this. This is big. Microsoft, Apple officially become the second and third companies in the world to be worth over $4 trillion. Behind NVIDIA. This is huge. These companies are growing very, 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 very large, very fast. I thought this comment down below here was pretty interesting. Only 3 companies have ever crossed $4 trillion. NVIDIA hit first in June of 2024, now joined by Microsoft and Apple. All 3 are AI focused. Google hits $756 billion behind at number 4. This concentration means the top 3 now represent roughly 30% of the entire S&P 500's value. That is massive. And I think you're going to see that increase more. With AI, it's just the way it's going to be. And here, I just read that pretty much same thing. There it was just a comment to that other post. Same deal. Layoffs are happening. They're coming. The big one was this Amazon one that we got notice of yesterday. So UPS, 48,000 employees. Amazon, 30,000 employees. Intel, 24,000. Nestle, 16. Accenture, 11,000. Ford, 11,000. Microsoft, 7,000. PricewaterhouseCoopers, 5,600. Salesforce.com, 4,000. Paramount, 2,000. Target, Kroger, Meta. We're starting to see the labor market really weaken here, and I've been saying it. AI is going to replace a lot of these jobs, and we'll talk more about that with some articles that you just posted yesterday. I also saw that NVIDIA made a $1 billion investment in a Nokia, and that was announced today. And they'll invest $1 billion, part of a strategic partnership focused on AI networking and infrastructure to accelerate its pivot towards 5 and 6G software and AI solutions. So NVIDIA stock surged today. All of these big AI plays, they're happening more and more and more. We're seeing more and more AI plays starting to really kick in. Energy plays, Google, all of them, NVIDIA, OpenAI, you're seeing more and more. And a lot of people saying, oh, we in a bubble. Potentially, we could be, though I think that there's a lot of these companies have a lot of capital and they're investing it. And I think these companies are very strong. So any comparison to .com, I don't see it. I don't see it being the same thing at all. And I've been around tech for 30, 35 years. So this is a totally different deal. This is the big news today, guys. Bitwise, watershed moment for Solana. They just launched the Bitwise Solana staking ETF, BSOL. So right now you can go into your Robinhood account, your Fidelity, your Charles Schwab, and you can invest in Solana right now in your retirement account or in your just regular investing account. The ticker is BSOL. I've already taken advantage of it. And what's cool about this is that it's taking advantage of Solana staking. So you'll see it's built to maximize Solana 7% plus average staking rewards for investors. This is big. So now if you're investing in this BSOL, you'll be getting essentially the yield from them staking it. They're going to use Helios Labs for fees, and they'll waive it fees will be waived for a limited time on investing in these in BSOL. So that's huge. That is huge, and that's not the only ETF that came out today. We also had Hedera, and that's HDR. That one came out, and then Litecoin. That's another one that came out. I'm not a big fan of that one. Litecoin, I don't know why you would invest in it. It's just a fork of Bitcoin. Why would you invest in Litecoin when you can just go invest directly into Bitcoin? Seems to be that that would make more sense. And then there's the Bitcoin ETFs. So the Litecoin one, not for me, not financial advice. You do what works for you, but I like the BSOL and I do like the Hedera HDR. So, and I have invested in both of those today. Those launched today. We got word yesterday that it was coming today, and I think the SEC just said go. As long as you follow the rules that we've set out, then go. We're not going to hold you back. And so they did, and they're live. So that's a good thing. Glad to see a few of you guys join me on this live stream. Hit me with a comment if you want to do a little chatting. Love to hear from you. We do a little Q&A at the end here if we get enough people to join in on this live stream. But yeah, that's the most I've had. Got, I think 4 going here. I found this here too. Banks are buying in. This is pretty big here. This is showing the adoption by institutions. These are the big boys. Look at them. The crypto ETPs is stacking it up. Huge. Tokenization. These companies are all of these are crypto private crypto funds. Just look at them getting into it. Don't listen to what they say. Watch what they do. Follow what they do. They're in, and I would say watch what they're doing. Follow the big boys. They know what's going on. They're leading the way. The inflows. This was as of a few hours ago. The new ETF inflows. BSOL had $33.5 million of inflow right out of the gate. That's pretty good for these new ETFs. HBAR had about 6 million, and Litecoin, which is LTCC, by the way, it had 1 million. So you can see which ones are getting the most activity here. I may have said HDR. It's HBAR, by the way, is the ticker. A nice graphic there. The soul about to give TradFi the finger. Yeah. That's probably about right. That's big. All right, on to more news. Here's the news. Laying off about 14,000 corporate workers as it invests more into AI. Buckle up. You're going to see more and more and more of this happening. This is the way it's going to be. They're laying off 14,000 of corporate employees. These aren't even the people that are the line employees that are doing the packaging and all of the warehouse people. These are corporate employees. That's huge. It's cutting roles to help make the company leaner and less bureaucratic, while it looks to invest in generative artificial intelligence. The layoffs are expected to ultimately be the largest corporate job cuts in Amazon history. Yep, they are going to be using more and more AI. Look, it's wild that this has come so fast. OpenAI completes its restructure, solidifying Microsoft as a major shareholder. Yep, Microsoft was one of the first investors. I'm surprised that OpenAI hasn't gone public yet. I think they're valued up there very, very high. OpenAI has completed its restructuring into a nonprofit with a controlling equity stake in its for-profit business. The nonprofit holds an equity stake currently worth about $130 billion in its for-profit arm. Microsoft, which has backed the company since 2019, will hold roughly 27% of OpenAI. Lots of control there. Microsoft was one of the. I remember when that happened. I think they put $50 billion into OpenAI way back in the very beginning, this 2019. I remember the news announcement when it happened. Thank you all for joining in, current viewers. I appreciate it. Leave me a comment in the chat over there if you would. That'd be awesome. If you can, if you're not driving or something like that, that'd be great. Saw this, PayPal share surged 13% after OpenAI deal to become the first payments wallet in ChatGPT. This is huge. So not only eBay, but now in OpenAI, you're going to be able to make payments and stuff through ChatGPT. That's big. You guys may not know that PayPal also has a stable coin out there, and it's a big deal. They're making moves, they're making plays. PayPal is making a move into the crypto space. Surely, sooner than later, they will be more embedded in there. So PayPal and OpenAI have signed an agreement to embed the payments wallet into ChatGPT. Starting next year, PayPal buyers and sellers will be able to complete transactions through the AI tool. Massive. PayPal CEO Alex Chris told CNBC the agreement means customer protections for users, including package tracking and dispute resolution. That's awesome too. So good stuff coming. Saw this too. Kathy Woods says humanoid robots will be the biggest of all AI opportunities. And guess who's lined up to be right in the middle of it? You guessed it. Tesla, Elon Musk. This is Optimus right here. If you've watched some of my previous videos, this Optimus will be coming for sale. And it will be probably more affordable than you think to get one of these. And this will change. This will be the move that will change things very quickly. Is when we start seeing robots in fast food restaurants, it will be an absolute big deal. So she goes on to talk about her vision of this, and she's a big time fan of Tesla and what Elon's doing. So I like Tesla long term. I think it's going to be huge, a huge opportunity. So, but yeah, guys, that's it. That's it for the news today. We'll see what these rate cuts do tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. I think these rates come down. There's so much capital sitting on the sidelines right now. You got the M2, global M2 money supply. On top of that, you've got $8 trillion right now in money market funds that are just sitting on the sidelines, and that number is growing. So more now than there's ever been. So that's big, real big. All right, we'll do a little Q&A if you have any. Hit me with it if you've got it. Bitcoin. Ethereum. Trying to hold its head up here. Just while I'm looking at this, here's a few of the cryptos that I like, if you were interested in knowing that I hold. Let's check on gold and silver. Gold and silver, it's having a tough time holding its head up. I had a suspicion that would happen. I think you're seeing some of that money rotate into Bitcoin. But I think long term, I think gold and silver are going to be a good play, along with Bitcoin. I think a good, well-balanced portfolio will have all of the above in it. So I'm keeping an eye on this. This is on the 1 hour chart, by the way. Put it on the daily. Just to tell you guys, I have a video coming out here that I'll post here in the next few days. It's about TradingView and these indicators. And these indicators are called Lux Algo. This is called signals and overlays. And if you don't have TradingView, I highly recommend that you get it. There's a free version out there. And I'll talk more about this in my video. I don't want to steal too much of the thunder of the video, but you get TradingView, and then you can get what's called Lux Algo that lays on top of it. And I'll give you an example. If I turn the signals and overlays off, you'll see that just shows just a normal chart, nothing special. And then I can turn this oscillator matrix. It's also a Lux Algo tool. I can turn it off as well, and you just have just a straight up TradingView chart. But you can see how when I add these on here, the oscillator matrix buying going on here, it's starting to go down, so it's kind of following what the chart is doing here. If you follow it straight up, you can see it's following right in its footsteps. And if I go back to signals and overlays, you can see that these on the 1 hour chart, or actually this is the daily, we're on a red. So there you got red, and then you got green, and then you got green pluses. These pluses mean strong, and if it doesn't have a plus, it just, well, I say the plus means very strong, and without the plus just means strong. Strong bull, bullish and strong bullish, and bearish and strong bearish. So right now we're in a bearish, not a strong bearish, we're in a bearish trend on silver. If I go back here to my assets and look at gold, you'll see that on the daily we're also in the red. And so what I'll do is I'll watch for this indicator on the daily to turn back the other way, and that typically will signal a bottom. You see we did have some chop right in through here, but then we had this plus here, and look at, we shot up and now we're coming down. So keep that in mind for my video that I'll post here soon. I'm not exactly sure when, but I will post it. And then I can switch to the 1 hour. So this means that every candle represents an hour, 1 hour time frame. And so you can see that these indicators change a little bit on the hourly time frame as opposed to the daily. You can also do like the 4 hour. So the 4 hour, we're still looking red. On the 1 hour for gold, we actually have turned green on the 1 hour. So if I go down here on the 5 minute, which I don't recommend unless you're just wanting to catch something on the quick, this stuff just changes too much. So each candle is 5 minutes in this case. So I like to keep it on the hourly for me, on a day in and day out basis, but I'll also flip over here to the daily and keep an eye on it to know when to enter. And if you've been watching my videos, you'll know that right now we're on a red on Bitcoin. So for some of you that are like, hey, what's the edge? I'm looking for an edge here. This will help you get it. And it's actually pretty accurate. The longer the time frame, like daily versus hourly, if you go daily, it becomes much more accurate. I mean, what does accurate mean in this case? But yeah, you'll see that we haven't turned green yet. So we're waiting on the green momentum to go more bullish. But right now we're not there. We are not there. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to wrap it up for today. I appreciate you joining this live stream. We had a few join in. That was good. I appreciate you doing that. This video will also post on my channel if you didn't catch it live down the road if you want to watch it. But anyway, that's it for the day, guys. I appreciate you tuning in. Gen X Guy out. See ya. Bye.